Welcome to the world of unrivaled 1920s opulence. In an era where a Ford Model T cost about $300, the Duesenberg Model J arrived as a titan of engineering and social status. Debuting in 1929, this car wasn't just transportation, it was a declaration of supreme wealth. Fred Duesenberg set out to build the best car in the world, and by many accounts, he succeeded. Today, we dive deep into the mechanics, the craftsmanship, and the cultural impact of a vehicle that coined the phrase, "It's a doozy." From its chassis to its hood ornament, every inch of this machine screams quality. We will explore how it survived the Great Depression and why it remains the most sought-after American classic in the auction circuit today.
The story begins with two brothers, Fred and Augie Duesenberg, whose roots were in racing. Their engines dominated the Indianapolis 500, but they lacked the business acumen to scale. Enter E.L. Cord, the visionary behind the Auburn Cord-Duesenberg empire. Cord bought the company in 1926 with one directive for Fred: build the biggest, fastest, and most expensive car the world had ever seen. The result was the Model J. It combined racing-grade performance with the luxury of a private railcar. It was the ultimate merger of German-born engineering precision and American industrial ambition, designed to outclass European rivals like Rolls-Royce and Hispano-Suiza from the very start.
Underneath the massive hood lay the heart of the beast, a 420 cubic inch straight-eight engine. At a time when most high-end cars produced around 100 horsepower, the Duesenberg Model J churned out a staggering 265 horsepower. It featured dual overhead camshafts and 4 valves per cylinder, technology that wouldn't become common in mass-market cars for another 50 years. The engine was manufactured by Lycoming, a company known for aircraft motors, ensuring the Model J was as reliable as it was powerful. This engine allowed the heavy car to accelerate with a smoothness that felt effortless, a key requirement for the elite owners who demanded both speed and refinement.
When you bought a Model J, you didn't just walk into a dealership and drive away. You purchased a chassis and engine for $8,500, then sent it to a coach builder to have a custom body installed. This meant no two Duesenbergs were exactly alike. Famous houses like Murphy, Derham, and Rolston created masterpieces in steel and wood. A finished car could easily cost over $20,000, which is nearly $350,000 in today's money. Owners chose everything from the leather in the seats to the shape of the fenders. Whether it was a formal limousine or a sporty convertible coupe, the coachwork turned the Model J into a rolling work of art. Despite its immense weight, often exceeding 6,000 pounds, the Model J was a performance powerhouse. It could reach a top speed of 116 miles per hour. In 1929, that was faster than almost anything on the road. Even more impressive was its 0 to 60 time of around 10 seconds, achieved mostly in second gear. To stop this 3-ton projectile, Duesenberg equipped it with massive hydraulic brakes, which were highly advanced for the period. It wasn't just about straight-line speed. The Model J was designed to be driven cross-country at high speeds comfortably, making it the ultimate grand tour of the Jazz Age.
The Model J was the choice of royalty, movie stars, and even gangsters. If you were a Hollywood leading man like Gary Cooper or Clark Gable, you owned a Duesenberg. They even raced each other on the streets of Los Angeles. Even the Duke of Windsor and Al Capone were associated with the brand. Owning a Duesenberg signaled that you had not only arrived, but that you were at the very top of the social ladder. It was a car that commanded respect and awe. In an age of economic turmoil, seeing a Duesenberg on the street was a rare event that stopped traffic and inspired the popular slang term doozy to describe anything of exceptional quality.
For those who found 265 horsepower insufficient, Duesenberg introduced the SJ in 1932. This model featured a centrifugal supercharger but boosted output to 320 horsepower. The SJ is easily identifiable by its shimmering external exhaust pipes snaking out of the side of the hood, a design choice necessitated by the heat generated by the supercharger. These cars were capable of 130 miles per hour, making them some of the fastest production cars in the world at the time. Only 36 SJs were ever factory built, making them the crown jewels of any car collection. They represented the absolute peak of American pre-war performance engineering. The Great Depression eventually caught up even with the wealthiest buyers. While Duesenberg managed to stay afloat longer than most luxury brands due to E.L. Cord's diverse holdings, the end was inevitable. Production of the Model J effectively ended in 1937, following the collapse of the Cord Corporation. Over its 9-year run, only about 481 units were built. Fred Duesenberg had passed away in 1932 following a car accident in one of his own creations, and without his engineering genius and Cord's financial backing, the brand could not survive the shifting economic landscape. The factory closed its doors, leaving behind a legacy that would only grow in the following decades.
Today, the Duesenberg Model J is a blue-chip investment. It is rare to see one sell for less than $1 million, and particularly special examples, like the SSJ Roadsters, have fetched over $20 million at auction. They are the stars of prestigious events like the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, where they frequently win Best of Show. Maintaining these cars requires specialized knowledge, with a small community of experts dedicated to keeping these straight-8 engines humming. For a car enthusiast, owning a Duesenberg is not just about having a classic car. It's about being a steward of American history and the pinnacle of 20th century craftsmanship.
The Duesenberg Model J remains the benchmark for American automotive excellence. It was a car that refused to compromise on any front: power, luxury, or style. Even nearly a century later, its presence is commanding, and its engineering is respected by modern mechanics. It stands as a testament to what can be achieved when cost is no object, and the goal is simply perfection. Whether you see one in a museum or are lucky enough to hear that 420 cubic inch engine roar to life, the Model J is a reminder of an era of unbridled ambition. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of the ultimate symbol of American opulence.